All right, welcome to your Wednesday coffee chat with Jen. I am super excited to be here with you to talk about one of my favorite topics in the whole world. For those of you that are kind of new to these coffee chats, my name is Jen Hines. I have transitioned from being a physical therapist to becoming a certified life coach after battling burnout in healthcare for 20 plus years. So I ended up hiring a life coach about 5 years ago who completely transformed my life, and I had such a huge transformation that I went on forward to become certified. And now I have all the tools and wisdom and experience to really help you overcome people pleasing, burnout, overwhelm, those self limiting thoughts that are in your brain that are holding you back. And I'm happy to be here because I do these coffee chats every week in my private wellness and well being Facebook group and here on Instagram. And it's all about topics that you have told me you want more information on. And this topic today is one that is super important. It's been important for me for the past 8 years. And every single one of my clients, we work on this first. Like, this is the first thing that we do with every single mastermind, with every single coaching one-on-one client, is we kind of do what I call like a life wheel assessment. So we look at 8 to 9 different areas of your life, kind of to figure out where you are right now. Then we craft a vision for where you want to be, and then we get down and get busy to some goals and some actions to get you there. Because I don't know about you, but almost every single woman that comes to a Calm Your Chaos call, my free complimentary call that I offer to everybody, they come to those calls not knowing what they want anymore. They have the career they wanted, they have the family they wanted, they're living in the house they always dreamt of, but something still feels off, right? Their life doesn't feel like they thought it would feel. And a lot of that comes down to not having a vision and a purpose and a plan for getting where you want to be. And so often we don't even know where that is, right? On these calls, people are like, that's great, Jen, but I don't even know what I want. So that's why I have this 3 step process that I guide people through. And today we're just going to talk about one part of it, and that's vision. And it comes up a lot in my free community. It comes up a lot with my clients, like I said, because they just feel empty, right? They feel like they don't have purpose, even with all of the accolades, great kids, great family, all of the things. Something's missing, right? This was kind of a similar case for my client Annie, who when she's done every single mastermind of mine from the beginning, and this year we really worked together to give her a vision that she was excited about. And one of the things that she really was excited about is that she wanted to create a community where she could share all of her gifts, right? Where she could share her wisdom, her gardening, her coaching skills, like all of these things. And through the work of the mastermind and working with the other ladies and kind of bringing in their wisdom and their experience and my experience for 8 years of building an online business, like she finally has this thriving community, right? And that was her vision. And we're making that with tangible goals and a vision come true for her. Her hard work, she's done it, but we kind of guided her through that. I kind of guided her through that process. So I'm going to dive in and just share with you why I think vision is super important, right? So before I start, I do a vision every single, probably end of December or January, and I do it in several different ways. So I always have like a vision board printed out that I look at every single day, right? So I have a picture vision board. I also have my written vision out here, and then I also have this written vision voice recorded to my own voice on my phone as a voice memo, so that depending on what my mood is of the day, I can just look at it and visualize it in my head. I can read it, or I can listen to my own voice saying my vision. It's that important. And I look at this almost every single day. I either read it or I look at it or I listen to it every single day. So, and it's helped me, right? I love telling the story of the first kind of retreat that I ever went to. One of the first things we did was a vision, is crafting our vision. And I remember reading my vision, and the ladies in the room were really close friends of mine, and they challenged me. They're like, Jen, you're not dreaming big enough. And sometimes we don't dream big enough because we have a lot of self-doubt, right? So I took some time and rewrote that vision, and part of that vision was this amazing like outdoor living space with a pool and lots of greenery around it where we can really create memories as a family. And like I just pictured it in my head, and at the time we were living in a different house, and that different house is right next door to where we're living now. And every day that I would visualize that, I would also be glancing over at my neighbor's backyard, and they had the pool and the outdoor kitchen and all the greenery around and everything that I wanted. So that's what I visualized in my head. And that was January. right before COVID hit. And then that May, we got a call from our neighbors next door that they were putting their house on the market. They just wanted to let us know. And my husband and I quickly reached back out to them and said, would you consider selling your house to us if we can sell ours? So, long story short, my vision of the dream outdoor space that I wanted for my family came true within 6 months of casting that vision out. I didn't question why. I didn't question how it was going to happen. I just cast it out, and we ended up in this house with the exact outdoor living space that I was visualizing every day. So, and when I wrote the vision, I had no idea my neighbors were going to move. That was in January. They didn't even tell us until May. So, that is just the power of vision, and I see this happening over and over and over again. So I wanted to share with you like why it's important to have a vision, right? Why it's important to be working towards something. And the first reason is that it really provides some direction and purpose, right? It gives a clear vision, acts as like a roadmap. It's guiding your decisions and your actions, and it really helps you understand like where you want to go and why, right? The why is important as well. And ensuring that your efforts and everything that you do each day is aligned with those goals that get you to the vision, okay? Number two, it motivates and inspires us. It gives us that reason to kind of get up and get moving and get excited about making your vision your reality, right? It can be a very powerful motivator. It fuels your passion, it keeps you inspired, especially during challenging times. And knowing that your efforts are contributing to a larger purpose can really help you keep going, can sustain that drive and commitment that you have. Number three, it does enhance focus and clarity. With a vision, you can kind of prioritize your tasks and activities more effectively and help avoid distractions and stay focused on what truly matters. Number four, it facilitates goal setting, right? It's one thing to have a great vision, but then how are you going to make it reality, right? So breaking it down into more specific, smaller, more tangible, reverse engineered goals. Number five, a vision encourages resilience and adaptability, right? When you have a vision, you're more likely to persevere through those obstacles and setbacks that life's going to throw at us. It really helps foster a growth mindset and really helps enable you to adapt and pivot as needed, right? Because life's not always easy. And we need to be able to adapt and pivot as needed by staying true to like our North Star, which is our vision, right? Number six is it builds self-confidence, right? It builds confidence and self-belief. Pursuing a vision requires you to step out of your comfort zone and take on a new challenge, right? The growth happens in the discomfort. This process really builds your confidence and reinforces your belief in your abilities and kind of empowers you to achieve great things. And number seven, lastly, it aligns and unites, right? This, in a team or organizational context, a shared vision aligns everyone toward like common goals, so like most businesses kind of have a vision or a mission that kind of guides them towards one goal. And the same thing with you. Like you may be getting up right now, like every morning and just like focusing on a to-do list that's just your everyday life, right? Instead of having like a bigger vision, a bigger goal that you're working towards. So a vision helps you align and unite your thoughts, your efforts, your goals to really help you get to that life that you deserve, that life that you wanted as a little girl, that at this point is probably buried on that busy full plate under everybody else's to-dos and wants and needs, right? So often as women, working women, mamas, we sacrifice a lot for our children, for our career, for our families, and that's amazing. But you also deserve the life that you want. You also deserve to have your dreams met, your goals met, your visions met, your desires met, okay? And if you are a mama, you're leading the way for your children to know that they deserve the same, right? For the longest time, I was resistant to this until I started paying attention. My kids were watching everything that I was doing, right? So I started sharing my vision with them. And that shares with them that their needs and wants are important as well. So that when they're working, with groups or teams or with friends and trying to figure out like what they want to do that day, like I don't want my daughter always saying, oh, we'll do whatever you want to do. I want there to be some balance there. I want her to know that she deserves to do what she wants to do sometimes too. It's about compromise. So sometimes if we have a hard time casting the vision for ourselves, mamas, just know that you're leading the way for your kids to do the same. Okay, so even if you're not going to do it for you at first, do it for your family. And if you've liked this talk about vision, I want to invite you to my 3-day free event. It's in June. It'll be the week of June 17th. I haven't laid out the dates yet, but it's going to be 3 days that week, and I'm going to guide you through doing a life wheel assessment and walk you through that process. And then I'm going to walk you through creating your vision, like I do every single year. And then we're going to come down to some action steps and some goals to help you get there. And we're going to do this in the middle of 2024, right? We've had half the year, and if you're like a majority of the people, there's resolutions and goals from January or like an old memory. You may not even remember what you said. So we are going to reset some resolutions, reset some goals, reset a purpose to guide you through the last half of this year so that you can have the best end of 2024, right? We've got 6 months left in this year. Why not make it the best yet? So that free event is going to start the week of June 17th. If you are interested, just comment workshop. It's going to be a 3-day workshop. Comment workshop. You can text me, Facebook message me, wherever you're watching this. Just reply workshop, and I will send you over the information and the details about that. But it will be 3 days. Day 1, we're going to kind of do an assessment, like a life wheel assessment. Day 2, we're going to dive into vision and what you want out of life. And then day 3, we're going to put it all together with some goals and action steps to get you there. So I hope that you have enjoyed this live about the importance of vision, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you in my free event. Next week's live will be more about the other 2 steps of this 3-day event, so you can kind of get a taste for what we're going to do in the free group. So again, if you're interested in learning more about that, just comment wherever you're watching this video, workshop, and I will send some information over. All right, I hope you have an incredible day. I am Jen, your life coach.